Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks, and today I'm going to show you how to make a lovely unicorn display. We're going to start by making the base for our unicorn, and for this you're going to need 4 white 5-inch rounds and 4 silver 5-inch rounds. So take a 5-inch round and inflate 2 of these to 4.5 inches, or about 4 strokes of the Qualatex hand pump. And we're going to make duplets. Just round them off. And then make a duplet of the same size with 2 silver 5-inch rounds. Just together. Okay. And then make another set of duplets sized to 4 inches. About 3 strokes of the Qualatex hand pump. So you've got 2 quads, 4.5 inches and 4 inches. And then what we want to do is just put these flat onto a table, and we just want to push them through and swap places. So the larger quads are going, the larger quad is going to end up on the top. Okay. Okay, and then we flip that over and we just want to swap places, 2 balloons, so it sits nicely. Then take a weight. Today I'm using a pyramid weight, and I've just attached a bit of scrap 260, you can use 160. I often use sand weights as well, I'm a big fan of sand weights. Take your weight and you want to add it to the centre of the larger quad. Just pull that through and then just wrap in those tails. So I've made 5 duplets sized to 3 inches, and then I've inflated another 2 balloons also sized to 3 inches, and these I'm just going to tie loosely, so I'm not making a tight duplet, there's a bit of a stretch in there. So take your duplets and just merge them together, and we're going to be making a topiary ball, so you just want to wrap them into one another. Okay, and then our final one, just pull that through. You just need a little bit of extra stretch on the last one that goes in. And then we just want to arrange that so everything sits. Okay, and there we have our topiary ball. So next take a white 260, and mine's got a 2-finger tail, and we want to find roughly the centre point. So just split that in half, and then we will just want to pull that through into the base of our design and just swap those over. And take a silver 260, again with 2 to 3 fingers of tail, find the centre point and just bring that through. And swap over. Okay. So we've got a 260 coming out of each gap between the balloons. Take your white 260 and give it a squeeze and a stretch, and then we want to make quite a tight candy cane. So just spiral those round, and that's perhaps about 12 inches or so, maybe a little bit longer. The actual height that you want to go to is entirely up to you, so give your silver balloon a squeeze and a stretch. And we just want to trace the gaps between the 2 sections of white 160 and then twist those at the top. So just follow that round, get to the top and just twist everything together. So this is what you've got. So we can snip off these ends and leave a nice long tail so that we can tie them off together. And I just like to tie those two ends together a couple of times. So take your topiary ball and grab the ends that you've got here, pick a long one and just pull that through into that topiary and wrap it round. So figure of eighting around those white balloons. And it doesn't matter if your topiary balloons have gone slightly out of shape. The idea is for this to be a sort of a tree effect, so you know it doesn't have to be perfect. Next we're going to make a few little hearts to go on our display. So take a 160, I'm using a white 160, diamond clear works well as well, or if you've got the colour of balloon to match the ones that you're going to be stuffing. And then with the end that you've just cut off, just tie a little knot. Okay, fold that in half and then insert that into your 5-inch round. Okay, take your hand pump, just inflate the round balloon a little bit. Doesn't really matter how much, we're just giving ourselves a little bit of space to work inside the balloon. And then take your pocket pump and insert it into the nozzle of the 160. And then inflate the 160 with 4 strokes of the pump. Okay. Give your balloon a twist, grab hold of the ends, and one of my ends has kind of disappeared in the neck a little bit. There it is, got hold of it. So we can let go of the blue neck. Doesn't matter if the blue balloon deflates at this point, and then just tie these tails off a couple of times and then trim off the ends. Okay. You just want to put a little bit of air into the blue balloon, not too much, because we want to move this nozzle onto the back here. So you, with the heel of your hand, you're sort of pushing this way with the heel of your hand, and with the top of your hand you're pushing that way. So keeping hold of the nozzle, and that will just move it onto the back. Okay, and then we can give the balloon inside a little bit of shaping just to give it the hint of a heart shape. And you can put just a small amount of air into the blue balloon and then tie off. Okay, and make several more of these. I've tied 2 hearts together with a bit of 160 scrap, and we just want to take our design and pull those hearts through and position them, and we'll do that with all of them. Just whoops, and we'll do that with all of them, just moving around. Putting them in different places. So just work your way around and add as many hearts as you want to. Some different spots. To make the unicorn's head, get your heat sealer ready and your hand pump and inflate, air inflate the unicorn's head. And once you're happy with that, take hold of the foil neck. And the secret is that you don't need to put lots of seals onto the foil balloons, but the secret is that you do need to have this part of the neck completely flat and wrinkle free. So take your thumb and forefinger here and push the air that is in that neck up towards the head so that that is perfectly flat. And then position that on your heat sealer and press down. I've got my heat sealer set to just below 4, and that's all you need to do. In the past, I used to put lots and lots of seals up the neck, and you don't need to do that. One good seal is all that it takes. And it also means that if for some reason you don't sell this product, or you've inflated too many for whatever reason, you can actually just cut the seal at this point, deflate the head for storage and use at a future date, and then seal it again in the future. You're not going to be left with this you know, that you can't use. So there you go, that's how to seal the unicorn's head. Take a 5-inch round with a small amount of air in, and we're going to split this in half. So put a finger either side of the nozzle and just split that bubble in 2, and take that neck and just wrap it around. Then hang on to that between your little finger and your ring finger. And then take another one, and we're going to do exactly the same. Just wrap that around. And then take those 2 split duplets and just twist them around. Okay, and make another one like this. Then take your unicorn's head, just push the air out of the neck and pull that neck through and wrap it into that cluster there. Next, take a quick link or a link balloon, and I've inflated this to about 4.5 inches, and wrap that nozzle into the neck of your unicorn. Okay. Then take your other cluster of split duplets and a 5-inch round with a small amount of air in, and just wrap that in and make another one of these. Take this split duplet and just attach that to the quick link tip. Take a 260 white. I've made a bubble of perhaps about 8 inches or so, and take your little cluster and wrap that into the cluster of split duplets. And then take that and wrap it into the cluster at the base. Okay, take a white 260, and I've made a bubble of somewhere between 12 and 14 inches. Take the end and just wrap that into the split duplets at the neck. Okay, and then take your unicorn and just wrap those arms around the tree, and take the nozzle and just wrap that into those duplets. And then with this one, I like to get the tree and just sort of pull it slightly to one side, so that the tree is angled out this way. To enhance the design further, one of the things that I like to do is to add a foil just to the top of the heart tree, and I've just tied on a 160 to an air-filled heart, and I'm just going to pull that into position using the tails. So the addition of the heart makes this really quite a tall, completely air-filled design. And with the heart, I've just measured it and it stands about 39 inches. and about 30 inches to the top of the tree. So, you know, it's a substantial design, and I have done lots of variations of this particular design, so it's a really versatile, varied piece. If you wanted to do this for a birthday, you know, I use this sort of heart, or the rounds. The rounds work well as well. So I've done a lot of jungle themes and giraffes holding onto trees, that sort of thing. So there's so much you can do with it, and if you don't want to put the little hearts on, you can put little flowers, you can put ribbon on. So it is very versatile, and there's an awful lot that you can do with it. So I hope you like this design. I hope you're going to get a lot of use out of it, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.